It is a beautiful March day here in Georgia, and it's that time of year to break out your camper and get it cleaned up and ready for camp season. And that's exactly what I'm doing today. And I thought while I'm here cleaning up the camper, I'll do a long overdue update video to our 1988 29-foot Airstream Excella. Now, since the tour video, and if you haven't seen that, this is what the thumbnail looks like right here. If you would check that out, I would appreciate that. But in this video, we're going to cover upgrades that have happened since that tour video. And we're going to start right here at the entry door. So from the factory, the screen doors come obviously with screen on the top and the bottom. And the outside door actually latches to this. It's open right now. We generally camp in this configuration right here. We leave the exterior door open, the air is running, but we've removed the screen and installed this tinted plexiglass. We hardly ever camp where it's cool enough that we can just open the windows and run the fan. Generally the humidity is pretty high here in the south, so we run the AC. But this is great because you can see out really well, and it lets in light, and we also capture all the AC. A good friend of mine, Eric, had an Argosy at the time that we purchased this coach, and he upgraded his door like this, and I followed suit and did the same thing. It was a great upgrade right out of the box. Some of the other changes that we have made to the camper is we've added these curtains in the front. We have had several sets of mini blinds. They don't seem to hold up in the summer heat when the camper is just sitting in storage here at the house. The IKEA couch is doing very well. We've had several grandkids sleep on it over the past several years. They really enjoy it. We enjoy having them with us. One of the things that we have upgraded is we've gone to LED puck lights, and these have a push button so that you can turn them on and off. There's one here and one there, and then there's two above the camera, and then there's some down the hallway. You'll see them in some other shots, but the LEDs have really brightened this up inside. It's not as dark as it used to be with the old incandescent fixtures that had LED replacement bulbs in those. These are much brighter. Now, one of the upgrades that I'm really proud about is the countertops that we have installed in the camper. I made these in my wood shop. These are hard maple, and it's a butcher block style. And with that, in the design of the countertop, we upgraded to a much larger stainless steel sink, a new faucet, and then we have a filtered water outlet here that we put fill up bottled water, make our coffee, tea, and things like that. But I've also made this shelf. Now, this is a really cool shelf. My wife wanted something behind. Normal in factory Airstreams, there is a spice rack that is here. We've removed that, obviously, and she wanted something, a shelf that we could put our coffee, cream and sugar that's not here, but it normally goes underneath here, napkins and spices, salt and pepper, things like that. What's cool about this is it's expandable. So if you need more room, you don't have the utensils there, you can make this wider or more narrow. We usually use it in this configuration with the utensils here on the side. But like I said, there's more items that go in here. This can be adapted just about to any camper, not just an Airstream. The back of it is curved because this wall is not straight up and down. It actually curves inward or outward as you move up. It's made of maple. The light wood you see in the middle is maple, left over from the countertops, and the rest of it is black walnut. Real simple project, but great impact for a little bit of work It's just 6 pieces of wood, the side, this side, and then the shelf, and the curve in the back. That's it. It's pretty straightforward. I know you can't see me, but I'll explain this. This is one of my pride and joys right here. I wanted to try something different, and so we needed a flip top here on the end. It had one originally, but it was not flush with the countertop here. It was actually below it, and it was much smaller. But what I've done here is I've edge banded this with multi layers of thin strips of maple, and I made a form for this, and then used an iron to warm these up and kind of halfway bend them. And it didn't keep that perfect shape, but it was close enough that once we clamped it up and we got the glue on there, it worked really well. But this, I love maple, all this ray fleck in here. It's just really pretty. And the side of this has a lot of figure in it in there, and then some of the layers. And I plan on, I have not done anything to the dress or the nightstand in the bedroom, and I'm going to build a top just like this with the edge banding for back there, hopefully this year. Now, one of the other great upgrades that we have made to the camper is we got rid of the old entertainment center that came from Airstream, and we use this kind of as a coffee bar, and of course we have an ice maker, but it's also our entertainment center. So we have a TV, and there's a cabinet below it. But there's some hidden things in this cabinet. The first being a pull-out trash can. Where in the world do you put your trash can in a camper? And something as narrow as an Airstream, this is prime upgrade right here. So obviously this is a fake door because the trash can is on this side, but it does have a cabinet here, and it's really deep. I mean, it's probably 18, 19 inches deep. There's a shelf in here. Let's see. The things that are in here are a backgammon set, a mixer, a toaster, a very large tumbler, if you will. But there's one other thing about this unit that is really cool, and that would be this space down here, a place to put your shoes. Now, this was much smaller at one point. I built it really too low, so what I did was raise this cabinet, cut about 1 inch off of the top of the cabinet, just enough for the doors to miss the top, and then I raised the television so that the ice maker and this coffee maker would fit under the TV. And the TV still has room, and there's room up here. And just so you know, this is a 32-inch TV. There's a sound bar here, and then it has a remote subwoofer that is in front of the couch. A couple of other things that we've made better, I guess, was I increased the size of the drawers that are part of the pantry. There's actually another drawer below it right there. That is actually an access panel there. And I added a spice rack to the inside of the door to the pantry. This is a child safety lock for a drawer. Now, what's really cool about it is that is in the latch position. So when you close the drawer, it will latch, but you can lock that out. So you push it down, swing the lever over, and it holds it down. Now the drawer will close, but you can also open it and it will not come open. So if you raise it See, it latches there. Now it catches. And we have those on this drawer, that drawer, and this drawer. When we upgraded refrigerators, I had to make the frame a lot lower here to the floor. So this area became smaller. And it had a flip down lid here and just a cubby underneath there. So I added a drawer, and it's a big drawer. It houses all of our pots and pans that we carry with us. And since the tour video, we have installed 2 different fridges. The first fridge was a Dometic 10 cubic foot. We went from an 8 cubic foot Dometic to a 10, and that took some surgery. I took this face off of the cabinet and had to make it larger, not really wider, but taller. That entailed changing the configuration of this small cubby above the fridge. Didn't want to lose that because, you know, trash bags, koozies, things of that nature can be put in here. But we've installed the 10 cubic foot Dometic that was a absorption refrigerator, like most campers have, both gas and 120 and 12 volt. But the 12 volt just ran power to the unit. It did not actually run on 12 volts. It ran on 120 or gas. This is a 12 volt compressor refrigerator, and it's made by GE. We got this from RV United out of Texas and had it shipped here. And if you do order anything from them, not sponsored or anything, but if you do order anything from them, get the insurance, because I replaced the AC unit, and it is also a GE profile that they put on the new Airstreams. And when I got that one, number one, it was black, not white, and it was damaged on top of that. And because I got the insurance, they shipped me another one. All I had to do was box this one up, sit it outside. They handled everything as far as picking up the return unit. This came freight, the AC came freight, and it's $100 shipping. So $100 for this to be shipped to the house is great. And then on top of that is like $49.99 insurance that you don't have to do anything. Just call them, it's damaged, send me another one, etc. We upgraded to lithium batteries. That was why I wanted to go to this. The Dometic 10 cubic foot worked great, but it's an absorption refrigerator, and we all know how that is when it gets really hot. We go to Florida a lot. The the absorption fridges seem to suffer a little bit in the heat because we pull all the hot air out of the refrigerator, and it goes to the back, and then we have to escape that heat to get rid of, and the efficiency of those type refrigerators kind of suffers. So this is like a conventional refrigerator in your house that runs off of a 120 volt compressor. This has a 12 volt. Fully cold, I believe I saw about 10 amps on 12 volt when the compressor was running. Now that it's cooled down, it draws probably about 2.5 to 3 amps when the compressor's running, which is not really a whole lot. The food is much cooler. We don't lose salad and things like that. We do have some freeze spots. If you put the milk all the way in the back, it will freeze, or the tea or Coca-Cola, something like that. But this is a great refrigerator. We let it run all the time. There is the other thing too is this is a 10 cubic foot refrigerator, and it slid right into where the Dometic was, but you don't have the fins and all that good stuff on the inside, so you actually have more room inside the fridge. And of course it has a freezer. And to lock it, that's all you do, is make sure that this is pulled and it just holds the doors closed. No latches, nothing like that. You just have to make sure that you close that, or else all your food is going to be in the floor. All right, so the shower is still the same. It's got the factory wallpaper, as you can see there. We have put a light, a LED puck light inside. I talked about the shelf, that was there, and of course the medicine cabinet. But the countertop got replaced. Again, this is the hard maple. And then we put a bowl sink, top mounted, with a new faucet, and it got painted. New hardware as far as the pools. We did install some peel and stick looking tile around the window, and this curtain pretty much covers it up, and it stays covered up most of the time. You can kind of see it down there. So I did mention a few mechanical upgrades that we have made to the camper. We installed a new AC, the fridge, the batteries. They are lifetime 140 amp hour class 31 batteries that barely fit in the cubbies for the batteries here on this coach, which are in the front underneath the couch here. So one of the major upgrades that we made to the coach was adding new axles. We went to Florida. I pulled in, was setting up, and realized that one of the tires had a big knot on it. Here's a picture. And that scared me. So we went into downtown St. Augustine and got a brand new tire and made it back. And once I got back, I replaced the other 3 tires with Goodyear Endurance. But while doing that, I realized that the axles had hardened over time and it had no more movement in it. So I decided then that maybe that's why the tire failed, the fact that the coach didn't have any suspension on it. So I started doing some research and found axles for the camper. And if you own an Airstream, you're probably aware of the Air Forums. That's a great resource for finding out part supply, what ideas people have on changing the layout of their coach, all the way down to curtains that they buy, sheets, and places they go. There's all kinds of different forums there on the Air Forums. But I got to doing some searching on there, and one of the main topics was upgrading the weight capacity of your axles. So I found out this one has 3,200 pound axles, and I upgraded to 3,800 pound axles. And by doing that, I went from a 10-inch brake to a 12-inch brake, which is a major upgrade. And on top of that, it raised the coach about 2.5 inches because the weight of the coach, it didn't squat as much if I had put a 3,200 pound axle back on the coach. Now, I still don't run very much weight, but this thing tows way much better than it did before. We don't get as much dolphining on the truck, and it really rides nice. And I almost forgot the main upgrade that we have made, not necessarily to the camper, but in 2021 I purchased a 21 Silverado LTZ with the 3-liter inline 6 diesel. That truck is got plenty of power to pull this 7,000 pound coach. We get way better gas mileage than we did when we pulled it with the Tahoe, and it's much more stable on the road. And if you need to pass a transfer truck trailer going uphill, that's no problem. Click that blinker on, it downshifts about 3 gears, and you walk right by that guy and get right back over. So the truck was the most expensive upgrade. Obviously it costs about 4 times what the camper cost us. So, but we did do that. And here's a picture of the truck right here. I think it's a really pretty truck myself. I drive it every day. Right now it's got about 80,000 miles on it. Well, thank you so much for spending your time taking a peek at our update video here on our 1988 29-foot Airstream Excella. I got to get back to cleaning this thing up. I'm ready to go camping.